شالله حبيبتي يلا
Your camera.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hind's podcast in English this time. This is Hindir with you and her husband, Brandon.
Hi. All right, so we've got a few updates so far on the podcast because this is a new thing that we're trying out. So our idea last week was we would do it and then we would have a voiceover in Arabic. The voiceover didn't work very well. So what we think we're going to do, we'll do the podcast in English and then we're going to be doing it live on the Hindir channel for a while, but then we're going to be putting the videos and reels from it on Hindir podcast, which is a new YouTube channel and Instagram channel. And so if you speak English, give us a follow. You're welcome to follow us if you don't speak English, but you don't even know what I'm saying in that case. So.
All right, let me say that in Arabic. First of all, I would like to say hi to everyone that's following us on Instagram and on YouTube. AB said, "Hello Hind," so I say "Hello, hello, يا هلا ومسهلا, يا هلا ومرحبا. ليش ما تردين على الخاص حبيبتي؟ تقدرين إذا عندك طلب تدزيه على الواتساب. هسه فتحنا رقم جديد واتساب، هو هذا الخاص بالنسبة لنا. أنا وزوجي براندن راح نرد عليكم بخصوص البزنس. شنو بعد؟ اللي صار، سوينا هذا البودكاست الأسبوع الماضي أنا وبراندن، سويناه بالإنجليزي وقلنا أنه راح نترجمه بالعربي إذا قدرنا على الذكاء الاصطناعي، ولكن الذكاء الاصطناعي ما عرف يترجم الفيديو صح أو ما عرف يدبلج الفيديو صح. تعرفون الذكاء الاصطناعي مو كلش ذكي، يعني مرات يكون شوي غبي. فقررنا أنه نسوي هذا البودكاست بالإنجليزي. فتحنا له قناة خاصة سميناها هند دير بودكاست، فاللي يريد يروح يتابع بودكاستنا بالإنجليزي إذا يحكي إنجليزي يروح يتابعه على قناة هندير بودكاست. ونريد إحنا جمهور أيضا يحكي اللغة الإنجليزية. طبعا جمهوري العربي أهلا وسهلا بكم على قناة هندير العربية. راح أظل أسوي الفيديوهات اللي أنتوا تطلبوها واللي أنتوا تتمنوها، والفيديوهات الحلوة هاي محضرت لكم مفاجآت كلش حلوة. أما الجمهور اللي يعرف يحكي إنجليزي يروح يتابعنا أيضا على قناة هند دير بودكاست. هذا هو التحديث. وتقول لي بس خل أرد على هذا التعليق. I'm gonna answer one more question, one more comment on Instagram. فتقول لي البنية هاي تقول لي نبأ اسمها أخوك محمد وين صار، شنو أخباره؟ أخوي محمد بخير وسلم عليكم، وإذا سنحت لي الفرصة أنه أطلعه وياي أكيد راح ما أبخل عليكم وأطلعه عندي بالقناة. وأكبر نستة مارس بالعالم، أي والله أتذكرها بس هسه صار مقاطعة هذا الكلب مارس. المهم وأحد يسألني أبي تسألني هل تتذكرين علي المرجاني؟ أكيد أتذكر علي المرجاني صديق إلي علي. وحدة تسألني أيضا هل تتذكرين أكبر تسألني أول ميمز طلع بالعراق طلع علي أنا فعلا وكان يضحك هذاك الميمز. أيام حلوة راح نسترجعها كلها سوا وراح نتذكرها. ولكن اليوم البودكاست يا أصدقائي راح يكون بالإنجليزي. اللي ما متابعنا على قناة هند دير بودكاست وهو يحكي إنجليزي خلي يروح يتابعنا على هند دير بودكاست. راح أحط لكم الرابط في صندوق الوصف بعدين بعد ما يخلص هذا اللايف، فتأكدوا أنه تشيكون عليه. أما بالنسبة للبودكاست اليوم خلينا نبدأ به بالإنجليزي. Let's get started with today's podcast in English, babe.
All right. Nabil Al-Halaf says, I love your videos. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nabil.
Okay. Okay, so this week we thought we would have we're going to talk about a topic which will be marriage and relationships, and that will lead into a few other areas, and then we'll finish it off by watching some funny reels that have to do with this subject. So, to begin with, marriage. Hind, are you pro or con?
Pro or con marriage?
Yes. What's your position on marriage?
I'm pro marriage. Obviously, I think marriage is the best way humans figured out relationships. Like that's a step up from being a primitive human or barbaric human or like whatever you want to call it. Like they invented a way for two people of different genders to be together and to live life together and to be partners and to have children together and raise them together, give them everything they want and they needed. I think that's the way to happiness, you know? Like the way to happiness is to have a a healthy marriage and have kids and raise them together, like be partners in life together. Life is sometimes life gives us hard times, and you know it's good to have a partner with you in the good times and the bad times. That's my position on marriage. I'm not going to change it. Um, I also come from a Middle Eastern background, which marriage is a big thing to us. Like it's the only way.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a choice. But even if I had a choice, like I I actually I live in the West. Like options are available to me, but even with that, I still prefer getting married. My parents were married. We live a healthy childhood because of that. Um, I don't feel neglected. I don't feel like any like trauma that children in broken families deal with, which is good, which gives me a lot of confidence. And a lot of people actually wonder where I get that confidence from. Maybe a big part of it is having a healthy and stable childhood with married people. You know, my parents and people that I look up to that are successfully married. Yes, life is like hard and sometimes like you fight or you disagree, let's say, but this is life. This is like life.
You
How
do
about you?
You do have great parents.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think that no, I'm definitely a fan of committed relationships, but I also it's hard to find the right person, and it's in the West. It's actually very hard. Dating is very difficult for lots of reasons, and I'm sure it's difficult where you come from too. But for me, I think it's important to try to find the right person. And how do you know when the person is the right person? That's maybe we could open that up. I'm curious with a lot of the people who are from the Middle East, and I'm assuming a lot of you are married. When did you know that your spouse was the right person for you, or what set the cue off or the thing off in your brain where you're like, this is the right person for me?
Let's start with you, babe. What do you think? What did you think in me that made you make that choice to like what do they call it? Spill the beans?
Spill the beans. I don't
Like
know.
to tell me you know, I'm interested in more than a friendship or in more than that. What was it in me? Like why what made you choose me? That's the question.
So if you've watched any of our reels, if you watch my reels, you can probably tell I'm probably pretty weird compared to most people. And you know, I've always said slow brain people hate fast brain people. And I've always been someone who has this very fast brain, and people think you're weird because you have a million ideas a minute. And for me, I wanted to meet someone that kind of saw the world the same way I do, where we didn't have to argue about things like why this moral is good or that's not moral, or these are the values, or why people talk this way. You know, you have a whole paradigm where you interpret the world. And I was just hoping for someone that kind of saw the world the way I did. And Hind is very much like me. We're very similar personalities. And that was a huge attraction for me. And then other things too. You know, you seemed like a stable person. You seemed like you had good values. You also had some unique, you know, traits that I was really admired to. I don't know. I've seen comments that people write about Hind, and a lot of them are pretty accurate when you say like, She's very genuine, honest, humble, extremely humble. And she's different. Like, for example, whenever as I was getting to know her, she never talked bad about anyone. And that's something a lot of women do. They like to talk
That's
about
called gossip.
yeah, and she doesn't do it. She didn't do it at all. It was if she talked about someone, she would talk about them in an admirable way, like this person did this, and talk about how that inspires her. And I think that those are positive things to look for in people. But that's just me, and it took me a while to meet the right person. So maybe you can be too picky. But what are some other people saying?
Actually, let's read Marwa from YouTube. She said, I like, hold on. All right, now I'm switching cameras. We're having a hard time, like, figuring this out, technology. Anyway, Marwa said, I like the idea of the podcast. Keep it up. Thank you, Marwa, for supporting us. And don't forget, if you speak English, go follow us on Hind podcast channel. We're going to put that channel in the description as soon as we're done with this live video. So make sure you check that one out and go follow us there, because we're going to put everything over there eventually. Also, someone said we needed an Arabic. Unfortunately, my husband doesn't speak Arabic. Once he learns Iraqi, we might consider having an Iraqi podcast. But for now, it's going to be in English. And then someone else on Instagram responded to that person and is actually translating what we're saying.
Oh.
She said, she asked him, why did you choose me as a life partner? So thank you for responding to them. I appreciate it. And someone else here says, I love you so much, Hind. Thank you. I love you so much.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
really nice.
So you mentioned the fact that I don't gossip.
Correct.
That's what attracted you in me.
One of many things.
One of many things. But that was the big thing. You keep telling me that. I actually feel annoyed when people gossip.
Yeah?
And I had to learn this the hard way, believe it or not. I had to learn it the hard way. Once upon a time, there was a girl that gossiped about other girls to me and a group of friends. And she kept winding us up about it and making us gossip, Yeah. Like, she kept gossiping to a point that we felt like, oh, we need to gossip. Like, and then I, gossiped. And then that gossip got to the person that we were gossiping on by the gossiper. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the gossiper
Triangulation.
gossiped on us
Yes.
to the person she was gossiping on to us. And that got me in trouble. And someone advised me to not gossip because that would make people not trust you. And that advice, I took it for life advice. And it's good. It's good when you realize you did something wrong. What's not good is that you keep doing the wrong thing and not realize it and then make a fool out of yourself.
Sure.
So I learned it the hard way. Gossiping about people make people not trust you. And that's true. That's what attracted you. And then I met you. Years later, I met you. So, like, that advice led me to meet my life partner, which is amazing.
Yeah. I think that gossiping is a form of projection, but I think people basically gossip for one of two reasons. They are trying to make, instead of trying to make themselves look better, they're trying to make you look lesser so that they can measure up or so that they don't have to compete. And the other reason is just to hold themselves back. It's mediocrity. If instead of me doing something, trying something myself, I just insult the person that does it. And that way you just stay in place. And life is about moving forward. As a human being, we're on this planet for a short period of time. And, it's up to us whether or not we want to develop and nurture our own lives and make what we can of our lives, because when it's gone, it's gone. We might as well leave our mark on the planet, might as well live this life to the fullest. Doesn't mean, go out and become the president of the United States, although, one person, that's great. But just doing what makes you happy and not holding yourself back because you feel insecure or you're scared of something. And gossiping is just a way that you continue that negative behavior.
Mm-hmm. Gossiping is a type of bullying. Do you agree with me?
100%.
So, true story. What are we talking about? Mediocrity. Mediocrity is like when someone's trying to do something or is trying to make something out of their lives or trying to be better, and then you feel threatened, and because you can't do this, you try to bully them into not doing it. True story. Today, I woke up to see that one of my reels, there was a bully on this reel that wrote something to bully me, and then other people. So bullying is contagious. Other people are like, "Oh, let's bully too," and they like kept bullying. Other comments kept bullying, and then one person came and saw all this bullying, and she commented, "Hey guys, bully her more so she stops." It's exactly what you're talking about. It's mediocrity, like holding yourself back, so others like hold themselves back too with you. You want them to hold themselves back.
Yeah, so they don't have to. They can be lazy about life. When people leave comments, and it's just expected when people will leave negative comments, and it's something that you just become numb to. But when people leave nice comments, it's always flattering. And when we make stuff, a lot of times we're making stuff with two things in mind. This will be fun for us, and this will be fun for people to watch. It's all always with positive intention. Even like when we make some more videos and the humor is dark, it's with a positive intention to be entertaining, to have fun, to make people laugh, just to get your endorphins going. And when people respond positively and say those things, it's very nice, because then we see, okay, look at somebody. I could have 99 negative comments and one good comment, and I'm happy to make content for that one person.
Yeah, because I can relate to them, like if you think about yourself, you think, am I a positive comment person or a negative comment person? I cannot imagine myself ever commenting like
I can't imagine
spitefully.
you either being negative like
being negative to someone. Maybe my old self, maybe like, I don't know, myself a lot of years ago when I was not mature enough, but not right now. Anyway, I can imagine myself being that positive person. So that person is like me, like I relate to them and they relate to me. And those people, like, as long as they exist in the world, that gives me a good feeling that the world is still a good place.
Yeah.
It's like there is still goodness in this world, and then we should connect with these people and make the content for them, and entertain ourselves and at the same time entertain them, and it's a win-win situation. We all at the end, we all win. We all get something out of it. They get something, we get something.
Yeah. So maybe someone could share with us what was the moment when they knew that their spouse was right for them, when they met that male or female or whatever. It's America. We're not going to put anyone in a peg them in a hole, whatever the expression is. But what was that
what
moment?
Does that expression mean?
Peg in a hole, I can't remember the right way to say it. In America, there's lots of ways of people identify themselves. So I'm just like leaving.
Anyway, it's okay, babe. I don't have to understand everything. That's one of the things we struggle with. English is not my first language, and he has to explain a lot of things to me. Anyway, people
I didn't
who
realize
are
how
watching.
many. I didn't realize how many idioms we use.
Yeah.
And then like I found myself always like I say an idiom, and then you say you're curious what I said, and then I've got to think of a way to explain it. And a lot of times in just your day-to-day life, you know things mean something, and you don't explain them. And I'm sure it's the same thing with Iraqi or modern standard Arabic.
Yeah, you got a lot to learn, babe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what my husband Brandon, Brandon, I'm not gonna call you my husband anymore. Let's call you Brandon. This is a podcast. Okay. Anyway, what my Brandon was talking about, if you're married, or if you have a boyfriend, or if you have a fiance, or a person, which by the way, I'm not a big fan of the boyfriend and girlfriend idea. Anyway, if you have a partner, life partner, share with us what attracted you in them. How did you choose them? What is the things? What are the things that attracted you to them? Share that in the comment. I can translate that question into Arabic. I'm gonna read all the comments answering that question. شنو الشيء اللي جذبكم بحبيبكم أو شريك حياتكم أو زوجكم أو خطيبكم؟ شنو الشيء اللي جذبكم بهذا الشخص؟ جاوبونا على هذا السؤال على الانستغرام وعلى الفيسبوك وعلى اليوتيوب، وإحنا راح نقرأ تعليقكم. All right, let's read some of the comments.
Okay.
عمي سدي البث، ما حد يشوف، خرع على العراق. خرع عليك. ليش تسب على العراق؟ That's someone insulting Iraq.
Oh.
Like why?
Why?
Anyway, I insulted him back.
Okay.
Anyway,
I got one of those ones over there too.
واحدة عندها سادس. Someone has to study. So sadis in Iraq, sadis means sixth. That means sixth grade. That means the final grade, 12th grade. They call it sixth in Iraq. Anyway, if someone is in 12th grade, they have to study hard to get a good average, to get a good GPA, to go to college. Because college in Iraq is free, but you have to get a good GPA to be admitted.
Okay.
You don't just get admission like without working hard for it. Anyway, if you're in 12th grade, you have to study really, really hard to get that good GPA to go to college. So someone has to study because they're in 12th grade, but they're here to watch us. Thank you for watching us, but I wish you take your future seriously. Maybe after you watch this episode, you go study.
It's important to let yourself take a break too.
Yeah.
I'm learning Arabic now, and I've got to take breaks all the time. I start learning new words, and for a while it sticks, and then my brain just starts to turn to oatmeal, and I know it's time to stop.
Oatmeal. Your brain turns into oatmeal.
Like mush.
Is that an idiom?
Yes.
Okay. That's new for me. You see, like how fluent I am in English, and I've been learning English my whole life, but at the same time, I don't know idioms. English is still my second language.
So I talked about what attracted me to you. What attracted you to me?
What attracted me to you? You are, first of all, you are a good person. I don't know. I can read people. I can tell. You're a good person with good intentions that came to me. And you offered to become friends, and you kept your word. You were a friend to me. You were not clingy. You were not the type of guy that would want to jump into a relationship right away. You took your time. You acted like a sane person. You did not act like a crazy person, you know? You did not act like you're trying to take advantage of me. You're taking your time, getting to know me, getting to know what type of person I am. Like literally, look, that's it. Taking your time, like giving me some of your time to get to know me is valuable to me,
Yeah, sure.
You're not the type of person that the moment they know me, they say, "Oh, I love you. Please love me back."
No, you must love me.
You must love me because I love you. How dare you not love me? I'm so tortured because of you. It's all because of you. Why don't you love me? I love you. How did you love me? How did you even come to that conclusion to love me when you just knew me? Like how am I supposed to believe that? Like have some brain, have some sanity, And you had that sanity. You're that type of person who I would trust.
Brandon,
You're trustworthy.
tell me 3 best positive things in Hind, and Hind tell us the best things in Brandon. The best things in Hind. First of all, what I already said, just the way she sees the world. She's very fun. She's very, very intelligent. Like being able to just, sit down and do a Rubik's Cube. Things like that. I know it's a formula, but still, it's fun to watch. She's a great cook. I'm so overweight right now that I may not be able to finish doing this podcast.
In Arabic they say الطريق إلى قلب الرجل معدته. They say the road to a man's heart is his stomach.
Yeah.
So I took that saying and I applied it on you.
Yes.
So I get your heart. I cooked for you.
And then, another thing about Hind, she has very strong values. She's very moralistic. She's a very high quality human being. Those are 3 things that really stand out. And who was the person that said that? What's Hassan?
Hassan. Yeah.
Hassan, are you married?
قل لنا Hassan, tell us, Hassan, if you're married, or what is your relationship status, so we can help you find the one if you're single.
We'll be matchmakers.
We can give you advice. All right, babe. Let me read Lily.
Okay.
Lily on Instagram, she wrote this comment in Arabic. I'm going to translate it into English since this podcast is going to be in English.
Yeah.
She said, I like the way you talk and how you ignore the bad comments. You have to give us courses in that. We should learn from you. Well, you know what? My teacher in this is Donald Trump. And I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious. The whole world is against him. Like the whole matrix or whatever they call it. Like the whole thing that they call it deep state. Everything is against him, and he still stands his ground and so confident, and he won. He's a winner. He's not a loser. He's a very resilient human being, and he's my president. Yes, there are things I don't like about him, but he's my president and I look up to him. He's my teacher in this. I like how he doesn't give a shit. He
doesn't.
He does whatever he wants,
I'm a very Christian. The thing we saw one day, he was talking about being religious, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Bible, but he's like 1 Deuteronomy or just the way it would be like if I said something about the Quran, but it was just not the way anybody says it. It would be coming from someone who has never read the Quran or heard the Quran being recited to them. But you know what? If if we make this a weekly podcast, and this can definitely be your inspiration to come here and connect with us and get positive vibes for everyone, that encourages everyone to have a great week or a great day. Maybe you've got something going on at work or with your family, and you come here and you let a little bit out, and you get some advice, either from us or people in the chat room, or you just feel connected to something, which just makes you feel more secure and happy, for whatever period of time.
Yeah, everyone is welcome, and thank you for the comments. We're still going through the comments and reading them, so keep commenting if you want to comment, if you want us to read your comment. Babe, do you want to read the next one? There is one on Instagram, there's one on YouTube, whatever you choose.
Okay. I used to be engaged. It was traditional. I love his looks. He was very handsome, but unfortunately we didn't continue the engagement. But what I like about him that he has an open mind. That's nice. Having an open mind.
Handsome, and she liked his looks. So you liked his looks, and he was very handsome, but you did not continue the engagement. All right. Share with us what led you to not be together, so people in the chat here benefit from an advice you might have or something. What was the red flag? Why did you guys not continue to be together? There must be a red flag. Speaking of red flags, what do you think? Are the red flags that people should be looking out for when they're dating someone?
So I don't know much about dating in the Middle East. I know that when I first started getting to know Hind, I looked up what you should know about dating Arabs. And the first thing I read was rule number 1, dating does not exist in the Arab world. And I've even found some reels today that I'll show. Actually, I should show one now. You want to show that one now? The one for Arab dating?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, let's watch this together.
All right. First of all, I made this new song for the for real section. I'm going to play it right now. Are you guys ready?
It's a funny one. Yalla, let's go.
Hind is weekly real pics, so dope, super dope, super
duper
duper
dope.
dope,
Hindir's weekly real pics. All right, let me just find the one this was actually one of the videos I saw about dating Arabs.
All right, you want to play it?
Yes.
There you go. It's ready.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Hey. What am I doing? I'm getting comfortable. Perfect. You're looking for marriage, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend? Oh, sorry. I thought that was my uncle. I would never ever post you until we get married, Habibi. Here's good. Here's good. I know it's like $6. It's okay. Bye. What are you looking at? Hey. What am I doing? I'm getting comfortable. Perfect.
So
You're
that
looking
was
for marriage,
that was
right?
one of the first things I saw when I was learning about dating Arabs. Was that video? What do you think that there's a lot of truth to that?
She's never gonna post him until they get married. That's true, babe. You did not meet my family until we decided to get married, right?
Right.
It
was I thought it was very relatable what she was talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Move this over here.
Uncle, my uncle would, if you tell him we're dating, he wouldn't probably sleep that night. Yeah, you have to tell him we're getting married.
What do you guys think about that video? Do you think it's can you relate?
Let's see. Hold on, babe. Let me read this comment.
Okay.
Lily on Instagram. is praying for us that we would stay together forever, and
Thank you, Lily.
yeah, we still we stay in love forever. And I don't know how to read her name. Lucretia? Lucretia on Instagram says, the way in a I can't say it well. In a mandatory heart is the stomach. Haha. شوي لورق عنب يعجبه. شوي لورق. She's asking me to make grape leaves for you.
Oh,
I already did.
yeah, those they're great. There's a lot of wild grapes that grow around here.
Yeah.
So in the summertime, you could just walk outside and get a bushel of grape leaves.
Dua asks, who's the man with you? Who's that man?
Zoji.
Zoji. Zoji Habibi. Zoji
that-
حلو. I keep saying Zoji حلو, and he keeps telling me not to say that. But I still think he's حلو.
Who's that person over there? She said, Brandon, if you have the opportunity to be a content owner or social media influencer, what would be your content?
Podcast.
Yeah, I like I like kind of I'm kind of a weird person. I like goofy stuff, silly things, a lot of dark humor. We do content, and you know that I'm still developing those ideas. But I don't know if you do you have a social media? Are you a content?
Hassan says he's single. He's 20 years old. He's still studying. So
Okay.
we wish you the best, Hassan. I think he must be in college at this point.
Yeah.
Share with us, what college do you go to? What's your major? Yeah, do you enjoy your college? Do you enjoy studying? And are you like, do you want to meet someone while you're studying, or are you like waiting until you're done? Or what's your plan for relationship goals?
And two, like, what about what do people think about dating someone from a different background, like a foreigner or different ethnicity, different religion? Nobody dates from different religions in your culture, do they?
They have to convert it to Muslim
Okay.
if they do, like us.
What about like Christians, Middle Eastern Christians? Do they have to convert to Christianity?
Interestingly, the other day there was a Christian man who saw me
Mm-hmm.
at work, and he liked me so much, he wanted me to marry his son. But he was okay, like, if I'm Muslim and marry his son. And I told him, your son has to be a Muslim. I mean, I told him I'm married, of course, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I told him, like, if you want to marry my sister, like, he asked me if I have a sister. And he's like, you have a sister? She has to look like you. Exactly. She has to be as beautiful as you. Or else I, like, you know, I would take you, you know, like I would take you for my son now if you let me, you know, like I'm positive, I'm like confident you're the one for my son. Anyway, and I told him, like, if you want to marry my sister or like my cousin or anyone Muslim, you gotta convert your son into a Muslim. And he has a problem with that. He's like, what's wrong with like you staying a Muslim, or like someone who's like me, you know, obviously I'm married. I told him that, but what's wrong with someone like you, like staying Muslim while marrying my Christian son? What's wrong with that? I'm okay with that, you know? So he didn't have any problem with a wife for his son that's a Muslim, and she stays Muslim and marries his Christian son.
Would any of you guys marry someone who's a different religion? Like, you know, to be honest, religion is not as salient
different,
in the
babe.
West as it is where you're from. It's different, and it's a much more secular culture, and also there's so many more religions that it's just something it's kind of personal. So it's not uncommon for people to marry people of different backgrounds, different religions, different races in the West. But in the Middle East, it's probably I'm guessing most people are Muslims that are here. Or would you guys date a Christian or an atheist or a Shia or Sunni, whatever?
You know what, babe? It's so different there.
Yeah,
It's
sounds like
it's really different than the West. And me, I'm kind of westernized in a way, but I have my Muslim identity. And the way I look at it, I want to be in agreement with the person I marry. You know, like I don't want to I don't want to marry a person who makes fun of my beliefs
Yeah.
or like think I'm stupid for believing in what I believe. I don't think I can like be with an atheist who like dismisses the idea of God and like just makes fun of like, oh, what do you guys worship, God? Oh, who's God? Like we're not gonna be having the same values if you don't believe in like good. There's good in the world, which is God, and there's bad, which is shaitan. You know, like so I have a problem with that. We have to have the same values, and religion is values to us in the Middle East. It's values, you know. It's a lifestyle. It's different than here. Here, people like are religious, but they're not really religious. This is the most religious country in the world, right?
America?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
It's the most religious Western country.
Western country, yeah. And I see the values here. I see the people doing the values that I grew up learning. You know, the Islamic values. We call them Islamic values, but they're like human. You know, human values.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what matters to me. That the person is a good person. They don't make fun of my beliefs or like belittle my beliefs. But for someone living in the Middle East who's never exposed to the West, it's hard for them to understand that because they've never like been exposed to a Western person. All they see is the media.
I think too. Like when I first met you, one thing I thought is that there's a lot of people from the Middle East that are moving to the West, and our cultures are so much different that it would be so easy for a person here to meet someone and completely manipulate them because they're so naive to the stuff that most Americans go through as teenagers. So I was always extra cautious about that with you too, like realizing like, wow, I have a great person, and if I do something wrong, I could traumatize her and ruin her life. And anyways, no pressure.
Okay, let's see. Lauricia from Instagram. She commented a while ago that she broke up with her fiance.
Yeah.
And I asked her why, if she wants to share that. And she wrote, I study medicine. He said I can continue studying that. That was no problem, but I can't work in the health department. When I asked him why, he said it was full of men.
Mm.
So he doesn't want her to work.
Yeah. You know, from an American perspective, as a Westerner, that kind of mentality is almost absurd. It's much different. Again, different cultures. It would be absurd for me to say something like that. What do you think?
I think that's not very smart of him to say it that way. Because not giving someone the option will make them want to take that option. I would, if I was a man and I want my wife to stay home, I would pursue it a different way. I would say, well, I want you to raise the kids and stay with them. I don't want them to go to a daycare. And if I was a confident man, I would not obsess about her seeing other men. You know? That tells that he's not confident. Like has confidence issues. Like why would you be afraid that your woman is seeing other men at work? If you are, if you give her everything she needs, if you do your part in the relationship, if you make it impossible for her to look outside.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess there's a lot of factors that go into it, and people also go through things as kids, and there's also pressure from people around them, that you shouldn't let your wife do this or do that. It's not very common in the West. In fact, it's not common at all for people to act that way here.
Yeah, it's a different culture. This girl on Instagram says شقد نسبة حبك لهنودة. That means how much do you love Hind?
How much do I love Hind?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm I'm madly in love with my wife. I'm so grateful. I thank God every day that I met such an amazing person. I met someone. It feels like we were made for each other. Like she's my soulmate. I am so grateful for everything. Everything that comes with it. Even joining her family. Every Arab girl comes with a big Muslim family.
That's true. I can't count how many cousins I have. It's more than 40 for sure.
But yeah, and it's fun, and it is. I like that we're learning too. I get to learn new things. Learning new languages and new cultures. I'm intrigued by things that I've not experienced before. I don't know.
Okay, babe. Tell them. Speaking of learning a different language, tell them what you learned so far. Say those phrases that you learned yesterday.
Okay, so I'm trying to learn the Iraqi, and at this point, I've got some ideas down. I'm able to read it, but I'm trying to now take the verbs and conjugate them. So I'll probably get this wrong, but ani asowi gada. Enta tasowi gada. Inti tasowin gada. Acha?
انتو
Oui.
احنا
احنا نسوي غدا هما يسوون. Yeah, anyways, guys, that's what I'm trying to do. Step by step. It's difficult because the sounds are just unique, and when you're an English speaker, usually Latin languages are easy to pick up, or some Germanic languages, but Arabic is like if you had to do a diagram of languages where you had like English here and Mandarin here, Arabic feels somewhere here.
It's different. It's a different world, but we're getting there. You learned those, and actually I gotta work on some sheets for you to work on. Anyway, good job, babe. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
The week wallah. Oh, Lucretia said the week wallah for you.
Yeah, wallah.
She's praising you
for
having a good taste in women.
Shlonik.
هم صارت خيانة بيناتكم أعوذ بالله الله لا يقولها الله لا يقولها. Someone asked did someone cheat on someone
with us?
With us, like did you cheat on each other?
No. I think infidelity is very immoral.
haram.
Yeah. I think being loyal to your partner is one of the best qualities you can offer as a human being. You know, when you're older and you're nearing the end, you're not going to think back and about all the people that you did horrible things to and pat yourself on the back. You know, you're not going to think about all the relationships you ruined. You're going to think about those things that bring you comfort and happiness. So why, just people make mistakes. People make mistakes. People do cheat. But I can tell you, as someone older now, I'm wiser. I can tell you, if you're in a relationship and your spouse cheats, you should probably walk away. There were reasons.
Definitely.
Don't look at there. That reminds me. I got a clip on this one.
Oh, let's watch it. Let's
hold on,
go.
guys. All right, hold on. I got to do the.
Did you close my tab?
No,
Don't.
I didn't
Okay.
close it.
All right.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Don't close it.
And there's weekly real pics, so dope, super duper diggity double dog dope dirt. My right. And there's weekly real pics, so dope, super duper diggity double dog dope dirt.
That girl again.
Yeah.
Okay.
My right. And there's weekly real pics,
All right.
so dope, super duper diggity double dog dope dirt.
I'm gonna go back. Okay, guys. We talked about Collectively Married last time, and I wanted to show her a new reel. It has a lot to do with this topic, anyways. So, let's go.
If I found out my husband was cheating on me, I would bring the other woman and make him marry her. Number one, I'll tell you, I could already hear the women. They'd be like, what? Yes, I would make him marry her. And number one, inna kayda shaytani kana da'ifa. The plan of the shaitan is weak, you know? So the plan of the shaitan is probably to destroy my marriage, because that's the goal of the shaitan. And I'm not going to let the shaitan destroy my marriage. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you is inna nafsa la amaratan bisu. Your soul will tell you to do bad. So this will be like a surprise to my soul. Like, surprise, you thought I was going to leave him or cause drama. No, I care about that woman. You know, she's probably built a relationship with my husband, emotional relationship, because whenever there's physical intimacy, emotional intimacy is not too far behind. Well, I don't know what number I'm on, but at some point they built an emotional connection. Maybe I didn't pay attention to my husband. And I'm saying this as you didn't pay attention to your husband, because I took care of my men. That's why I have to take care of your men. I want you to understand that movies
So
and
it's her
media
fault.
and the whole of society will tell you that it's crazy.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say
Oh, okay.
that's probably bad advice. I hope this girl does well with her business and supporting couples. But if your spouse is having an affair, not only is he a sexual deviant, but then he expects you to reward him for that. He's a psychopath. So you probably want to get as far away as possible.
Yeah.
That's my advice. But we're all different people.
I think also, babe, both people in the marriage should talk about their problems all the time, rather than going outside and looking for someone who will take care of these problems. Like, if you think I don't take care of you enough, bring it up to me, Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with addressing what's missing in your relationship? Why run away and go look outside of the marriage? That's not healthy.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. I wouldn't want to live my life like that. Like, two people get married, they should give each other their attention, and they chose each other. It's like she's saying, the girl is not good enough. If you're not good enough, your husband's gonna look for another woman. Like, if I'm not good enough for him, why am I still married to him? If he thinks I'm not good enough and he's not addressing that with me, like, what's the point of us being together?
Yeah. I gotcha. So anyways, that was my 2 cents on that one. What do you guys think? You guys think that you should have a cheating spouse and stay with them?
Cheating spouse.
You know what? Here's what, actually some of these reels all to go together. So, the whole idea with the reason you guys probably think that Americans wait forever to get married, and
They
Americans
do.
probably think that your culture you get married too fast. But in the West, there's really high divorce rates. So sometimes people like to take time to get to know someone because they want to have a successful marriage. And so that's not always a bad thing, but you do have people that are like perpetual single people, and there's some things that happen from that. You know, here's a good example of someone just making that joke in general. Where's my...
Not committed to you.
Oh my god.
I love sometimes hanging out with you.
I want you to be the father of my dogs.
I wrote a poem for you. I want to be with you forever and keep my options open in case I find something better.
The past 10 years vibing with you have been amazing.
Will you be my non-committal lifelong fling?
Yes!
Babe, I want to spend the rest
right.
of my life not committed to you.
Oh my god.
I
So that's kind of gives like it's accurate description, I think, of how people think here. But here's the other thing that I've noticed too. I was looking at reels today, and I have found a bunch of reels for it's not polygamy, it's polyamorousness.
What is the difference between polygamy and polyamorous?
Polygamy is where you have a man and he's got multiple wives. Polyamorous is where the woman and the man have multiple sexual relationships with various people.
Oh, okay.
So
Open relationships.
Open relationships.
علاقات مفتوحة in Arabic.
Yeah. So I don't know. You know, everyone do what you think is best for you. I think that you could get a lot of negative consequences from doing things like that, especially over time. But there's a lot of reels now, and I found a lot of reels that people are talking about this like it's so normal. And maybe I'm just completely out of touch. Like I don't know this kind of stuff. But let's I will
You're
show you
talking about polyamorous?
yeah,
Polyamorous.
like people like all these reels now, like talking about like how it's like the normal thing, and I maybe it is, but
It is for them. Maybe a polyamorous person understands another whatever it is. Go ahead, baby.
All right.
You want to play it?
I'm trying to find a new place, but the rent is so high these days.
Monogamy in this economy.
I don't know.
How do you tell someone that you're interested in that you're polyamorous? One of my partners loves hiking, and so we're going to the mountains this week.
Anyways, here's another one.
I'm possessive. I want my partner all to myself.
Oops.
Partner? So you can date somebody polyamorous? No, I'm monogamous. Why do they have to be monogamous too? What's your capacity limitation got to do with theirs? Because I'm possessive. I want my partner all to myself. How is that not control? If they're meeting all their requirements to you, meeting all your love languages and responsibilities to your relationship, why demand exclusivity if they can do it responsibly? Monogamous, polyamorous relationships are a thing. Monogamy and possessiveness are mutually exclusive. They don't have to be tethered. I'm a jealous person. I don't want to share anyone. You don't share people. They're not objects, and neither are you a jealous person, just like you wouldn't be an angry person. Anger and jealousy are things that we should be addressing and unpacking. They're not valid reasons to control someone. I don't control.
All right. So
They're talking about it as if they're talking about a friendship. Like
Yeah.
I'm a friend. I'm a person who doesn't like the type of friends that would want me exclusively to them. You know,
yeah,
I don't like that type of friends. But she's talking about relationships as if they were friendships.
It's almost like someone has just gaslit someone into the point of like submission, that where you say things like that, where people have the idea that if you want to be in a committed relationship, you're a controlling person. That sounds really lonely. It seems like a very lonely way to live, but and risky too, because people do get emotionally connected, and if you're doing these things, you're going to get people that are angry, and sometimes people will murder people because of these emotions and everything. Here's more. It's like a total thing.
Tool of oppression. Okay, let me just say that you are allowed to practice monogamy and be monogamous if you want. Those choices are not inherently oppressive. You know, it's not always a choice, whatever. Your identity is not inherently oppressive. When I posted my last video about being polyamorous and married, some of y'all got really mad because I said that monogamy is new. And you know what? This is not an apology video. I'm doubling down. True modern monogamous tits. I can't multitask. True modern monogamous marriage originated during the agricultural revolution as a way to control female sexuality. When I say monogamy is not old, I'm not talking about two people who just happen to only be with each other for their whole life. I mean the institution of monogamous marriage as we understand it today. The nuclear family and monogamous marriages are colonial ideas and are relatively very, very new in terms of human history.
Okay.
I like this invention if it's new. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
it's a great invention.
I'm actually a pretty liberal person. But I don't know. The idea that it's a colonial invention. Why is it practiced everywhere where they weren't heavily influenced by colonies? I mean, it's just a human construct. It's just sort of a natural way humans like to live. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think it would be logical to think at some point in history people were polyamorous.
Yeah, that's the word, polyamorous.
It would make sense, but if they finally figured out that two people of different genders live together and share their life together is the best solution, or it is the way to go, and that made civilization flourish, and it turned out great, and it made civilizations. I like, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think people should be allowed to live how they want to live. I think my advice for you, as for anyone, would just be that if you focus on healthy relationships and you nurture that relationships, it will be better for you for every way, your mental health, your physical health, in the future when you invest. It's like your
best friend.
Yeah.
It's like someone you can trust, someone you can tell everything to. You'll be vulnerable together. You talk about problems together. You solve problems together. You يتفضفض in Arabic. I don't know how to say it in English. يفضفض, you release all that you have on your chest to the other person. It's I'm a fan of it. Let's read the comments, babe.
Yeah. Hassan is asking, where do you stream, guys? If you can find most of our stuff on Hindir's Instagram. I think Hind posts the most on her Instagram page. But even if you go to that one, you can find links to some of the sites that I do. And there's also a lot of skits that I do with Hind on her page. Hopefully find something that you enjoy. Do you think you've reached maturity in life? I hope so. Do you think they asked if I have reached maturity in life?
إن الرجال جميعهم أطفال.
Yeah, I hope so.
So I said all men are children. But they can be children in a good way, But he's mature. He's mature. Sometimes you feel he's a kid. Sometimes you feel he's mature.
I'm mature-ish.
He's mature in some ways, And yeah.
Yep.
Do you think I'm mature?
Yeah. Actually, you and I are very similar. Like,
yeah.
If you got along with Hind, you would get along with me. We're just so much alike.
Yeah.
What else were people saying?
Lucretia says, what restaurant did you eat from? Where the food was? Masterpiece.
We went on a date when we first started dating at Le Berge, which is a high-end French restaurant in Columbus.
We went to what's it called?
Le Berge? Oh, it wasn't Le Berge. It was
we went to
the Refectory.
Refectory.
Le
there.
Berge was a French restaurant in Dayton.
And we ate antelope
Yes, antelope.
and duck.
Mm-hmm.
Some weird shit, you know. But that was good. Masterpiece? I wouldn't think it's a masterpiece. Not because the restaurant was expensive does that mean it's a masterpiece to me?
Yeah.
At least it was a very expensive restaurant. I told him, like, when he told me he likes me, I told him I want to dress up nice for you. I want us to go on a nice date. And he thought of the idea to go to that expensive restaurant. So we both dressed nice for each other. And that was our first date. That was your first time seeing me dressed up, you know, really nice.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah, but speaking of restaurants, masterpiece for food. I like my food.
Yeah. It's and the food your mom cooks too. It's like almost as good as good as a
better
restaurant.
than mine.
Yeah. It's great. We don't even eat out much, honestly. We sit at home and get overweight.
We got fat when we got married. That's the reality of marriage, guys. Like I'm telling you from now. I'm warning you. If you find the one and you decide to get married, be prepared. You're going to get fat.
I used to be young and beautiful.
Now I'm chubby, trying to lose all that weight.
After the holidays, after the cold season, I don't know in the Middle East if you guys have a lot of snacks and stuff this time of year, but this is the time of year when everyone's eating cookies and sweets and being lazy. So it's hard. When people say I'll do it after the holidays, they mean after the first of the year when all the celebrations kind of die down. So what else?
Someone on Instagram says, why don't you speak Arabic? Someone else, Noor, says, speak Arabic. And then Lily is answering them, leave her alone. What's wrong with you girls?
It's the reason she's speaking English is because I don't speak Arabic. That's all. I'm working on it. Hopefully I can pick it up soon. Again, it's just trying to get my brain to yeah.
Okay, someone on Instagram says المن فاتح البث وما حد موجود. حبيبي حسين موجود. عندنا هذا حسن جاي يحكي ويانا باليوتيوب. عندنا جمهورنا موجود هسه جاي يسولف ويانا. لوكريشا على الانستغرام قاعد تسولف ويانا. فحبيبي إذا تريد تترك البث اتركه عادي. احنا عندنا ناس جاي تحكي ويانا هسه. احنا إلهم موجودين. والله على مودهم. babe, you're أطرش بالزفة.
I agree. What was the question?
The question was, why are you making a live stream when no one's there? I'm like, there is someone. There's Hassan on YouTube and there's Lucretia on Instagram. We're asking the questions and we're chatting with them. So we're here for them, you know?
Yeah,
we are here for them.
The podcast idea is a new idea, and I think it's a once it catches on, it will be fun. And we're not very good at it right now either. So if we had 10,000 people watching, it would be a waste of time because we're still trying to get our style. We're still trying to be able to speak without stuttering.
Yeah.
Come up with content. But again, because we're creating content in general, we do this once a week is a way that we can sit down with you guys. You guys can give us live feedback. We can interact with you, and we appreciate you guys. Hind appreciates you guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate the people that like look up to my content and follow it and like watch it and enjoy it. I'm here for you. I'm making that so you can enjoy it, And it's, as I said, it's a win-win situation. I win, you win. I get my views and my likes, and you get your boost of entertainment, and you laugh. Yesterday I was showing my mom my recent video on YouTube, and it was a funny video. It's comedy
With the lip
and
injections.
she was laughing like laughing really hard.
Yeah. Hind just put up a video on YouTube about life before COVID and after COVID. It's about 7 minutes long. It is funny. So if you haven't,
Hussein Abdul Karim. If you haven't watched my video, sorry, babe, I interrupted you. Go ahead. If you haven't watched it,
you check it out.
check it out. All right. Hussein Abdul Karim on Facebook says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Hussein.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. What else? نور on Instagram. احكي أغرب موقف صار لك بأمريكا. She said, talk to us about the weirdest situation that you faced in America.
Worst situation you face in America? You had some funny ones with your neighbors.
My neighbor?
Yeah.
The one who slashed our
Tires. Yes.
So, yeah, we had a neighbor. We had a really bad neighbor. First of all, his mom is racist. She told me to go back home, but we were fighting. Like, to be honest, we were fighting over parking space, and she didn't like my position on it, and she like, it's okay. She can not like it. It's not my problem. Anyway, she didn't like what I told her. I told her not to draw a line on my property because she wanted to take 3 feet out of my parking space to her. And I'm fine with her parking in my parking space, by the way. I told her, you're fine parking in front of my house, but you're not fine parking in a different spot. Okay. Anyway, what happened is we were fighting over that parking space, and she told me to go back home. And she told me, your land is not here. Your land is somewhere else.
Overseas.
Yeah. Anyway, her son came to live with her a few months later, and he's a loser.
Always drunk. Always has alcohol in his breath.
Alcoholic.
Yeah.
Single father. He brought his son with him. He's a loser. He doesn't have his own house. He lived in his mom's basement. And when he saw Brandon, he got triggered. He got triggered that I have a guy, and he has no one. I think so, And one night he was so drunk he slashed our tires.
All of our tires. Every tire.
Every tire that belongs to that house.
But yeah, he was. I feel bad for him almost, but he just weird things like. He told Hind that he thinks she has a child prostitution ring going on in her house. Just bizarre things that nobody really. It's just absurd, and that was a crazy experience.
Yeah, he accused me of having a pedophile ring in my house. He literally thinks that. Anyway, we got our own house now. We have this house. We're living here, not in that neighborhood anymore. And yeah, we bought a house together. We got lucky. When you meet the right person, babe, everything gets easy. Everything. I was looking for a house for a year, and then when I met you, I found the house.
Yeah.
It got easy. We found our house, and we moved in, and we got married. And
Hassan, he said, I went to Hind account on Instagram. There's no live stream. It's actually, I do see it live on mine.
There is live on my account on Instagram.
HINDDEER on Instagram.
That's my Instagram.
Oh, you're talking about the Hind. You're right. So we have the Hind Deer podcast. So right now, because we're new at this, we don't have a big following on the Hind Deer podcast. So we're live streaming on Hind Deer. and we're going to, as we build an audience, we'll start doing live streams on the Hindir podcast, and we'll post videos that we do on the Hindir podcast. But yes, you're right. It's the live stream is on Hindir, at least for now. So there's Hindir and Hindir podcast. You write those? Or
Hindir.
Hindir.
We'll put it in the description.
Okay.
Once we're done with this live, I'm going to put all the links that you guys will need to follow us on Hindir podcast. And we really appreciate your help and support. We really appreciate your following on Hindir podcast. I feel like this polyamorous couple are like ruining our
It's toxic.
our background. So just where is it?
What do you guys think? Do you think, I mean, what is that in the Middle East? If someone was to live like that, how well would that go over?
The polyamorous shit?
Yeah.
I don't have the tab anymore.
It's okay.
It's okay, babe. Yeah, it disappeared.
It's okay. Let me.
Some technicality here. It's okay, babe. We don't have to watch more reels. It's like
Okay.
We've been here for how long?
Yeah, we're getting close to the end.
Yeah.
What-
What were we talking about?
What people, if people in the Middle East were to act like this, what would people think? The
Polyamorous?
Yeah.
That would be a slutty whore. A fucking pimp. The worst person in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like a very bad person. Very dirty, nasty, that no one wants to have anything to do with. Polyamorous. I mean, if he was a man marrying 4 wives, that would be acceptable. They will be totally fine with it.
But a woman can't have 4 husbands?
That would be like a slutty bitch. That's that's the worst thing you can imagine. Anyway.
Okay.
Bara on Instagram says, she's like, why is she opening this podcast in English and her followers are Arabs? We already answered that question. You can follow us on Hindir podcast channel. We're still building a following on that channel. We would really appreciate it if you support. I'm gonna put everything in the description after we're done with this live.
Yeah.
Lily said, as she repeated her comment a lot of times.
Thank you, Lily.
But what comment? سوي حساب تيك توك أغلب المشاهير هناك. I already have a TikTok, Lily. I have a TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok. It's I put my TikTok on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram bio, you'll find what my TikTok username is.
It's hind.deer.
Hind.deer.
On TikTok.
On TikTok. So I have a TikTok. Shukran. Thank you, Lily, for this suggestion. ليش ما تزوجتي علي المرجاني? Someone's asking me, why did I not marry a YouTuber named Ali al-Murjani?
Do you know this person?
I know him. He's my friend.
Okay.
But
guess it didn't work out.
Why did I not marry my friend?
Yeah.
We never dated. Like, we were never in love with each other. Like, sometimes some relationships stay at the friend zone,
Mm-hmm.
Never develop from there. We're not the right person for each other, I guess. That's the answer.
Yeah.
كل شوية تقرأ تعليقاتنا. علي المرجاني رهيب يا أخي. This girl loves Ali al-Murjani.
Okay.
So she's saying he's awesome.
The YouTuber.
The YouTuber she's asking me why I did not marry him. Well, if you love him that much, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get to know him. Try to DM him.
Yeah.
And get to know him and marry him if you love him so much. But I have my husband now. I guess I can't go and DM Ali Morjani for you and try to date him and marry him. But you can do that if that's your wish, you know?
Best wishes to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
هند ناوية تجين للعراق؟ والله يعجبني أجي للعراق بس أخاف. To be honest. Do you want to go to Iraq? I'm like, I would love to go to Iraq, but I'm afraid, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I married an American, you know, and we do things that people don't love. Like we like they don't like the way we do religion. We don't have to impress anyone, I guess. We're so confident in ourselves. But what if someone in Iraq who's crazy who wants to point a gun at us for that, you know?
For example, Hind recently made a video teaching me how to pray, and she tried to make it a little bit funny, but she was just teaching me how to pray. The idea is that she was teaching me Islam, but some people, they look at that and they say, you are making fun of praying. And it's a completely different way of looking at it. But the thing is that sometimes these kind of people can be dangerous if they have these aggressive thoughts towards you. And we're not trying to. We actually don't make fun of religion or any of that kind of stuff, you know. But, you know, we do think things are silly.
But if at any point I feel like it's safe for me to go to Iraq, I would love to take Brandon to Iraq. Actually, Iraq is a beautiful country. He doesn't know that because, you know, all you see on TV is the wars in the Middle East. But I would like to take you to the beautiful areas there, and we enjoy the nature in the north, and we have a good time, a good vacation in Iraq. We meet new people.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
People will be really hospitable. I bet you a lot of my relatives will welcome you and cook for you, and you'll love it. You'll love that experience. But yeah, at some point I would like to do it. I would love to do it if I feel safe doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would love to go.
Lily says it's safe.
Yeah,
it's safe, and they love foreigners, and they are nice to them. Well, when we see that niceness in the comments, you know, I'm kind of scared.
It's definitely something we want to do. And if we're able to do it and things seem okay, we'll gladly go to Iraq. I mean, you know what though? Maybe when I can speak Iraqi a little bit better too. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure you learn Iraqi before you go.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the comments are saying it's safe. It's
okay.
safe there. It's really safe.
Yeah, it might be.
All right,
okay.
Babe.
Yeah.
Do you wanna go over one more comment and then we call it a night?
Sure.
Hassan يقول Hassan says come to the UAE.
Which where in the UAE are you?
Yeah, where are you in the UAE? And Muhammad says salam alaikum, so I say
alaikum
assalam. Actually, I've been to the UAE. Actually, I was born there. And I spent the first 19 years of my life there in Abu Dhabi. And I would love to go to the UAE sometime and take Brandon there and show him where I grew up. He took me to his hometown and he showed me where he grew up, the school he went to, the house he grew up in. And I would like to show him that in my hometown too, which is Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be so nice. All right. So,
I think we can finish now.
Yes. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for being here with us today, for all the feedback and for the interaction. And we appreciate everyone.
See you next week, same time.
Right.
يا البودكاست راح ينزل على قناتي على اليوتيوب للجمهور العربي وشوفوه باللايف باليوتيوب وأيضا راح ننزل مقاطع من هذا البودكاست على هندير بودكاست راح يكون بصندوق الوصف فتأكدوا شوفون صندوق الوصف ونشوفكم إن شاء الله بالفيديو الجاي. See you next time.